Summary of Sleepers by Cate Kennedy. Ray is 35 years old and single. He is stuck in traffic on his way to a small Australian town where he works part-time in a warehouse. The delays are because of a big building project that hired outsiders to dig up train tracks. However, Ray points out that no one from the area was hired. He sees a road flagger directing traffic and remembers how his ex-girlfriend Sharon made fun of him for doing the same job. Sharon later broke up with him and made him leave the apartment they shared. Ray goes to the pub after work, where people are talking about the piles of old train sleepers that were left over from the building. Vince is angry about the roped-off beds, which the locals think should be used for gardening or as firewood by everyone instead of being sold to make more money. In a different memory of Sharon, Ray refused to landscape the yard at their apartment, which made Sharon very angry. In town over the next 2 weeks, it's normal for people to steal beds. As Ray looks on, one of his warehouse coworkers brags about taking a truckload home at night to finish his pool. 3 neighbors become famous for pretending to be construction workers during the day to do the same thing. Ray goes to Steve's party, where the garden is also full of new sleepers that Steve stole. When Ray realizes he is the only single man at the party, he feels a tightness in his chest. He goes off to eat and drink by himself while thinking about how seeing a second car in Sharon's garage could mean she has found someone else. Ray doesn't talk to any of the women at the barbecue and tells them that he lives in a built steel shed on a friend's property, where he has been since he moved out of Sharon's apartment. At the barbecue, Sean, Steve's teenage son, asks Ray to look through his telescope. But Ray can't remember Sean's name or make out what's in the lens. Ray thinks that the fact that he doesn't have children is probably a good thing because of his health. He tries to drive home, but he passed out in his car from drinking too much and dreams that he drives past Sharon's house again and sees her with a new partner through the window. Ray plans to steal some beds, so he drives to the building site instead of his house. He says at first that he is trying to get Sharon back, but when he gets to the spot, he changes his mind and chooses to take the sleepers for himself. Ray feels good and full of energy as he puts on gloves and starts putting sleepers in the back of his truck. Using the sleepers to build a garden and start a fire in the winter starts to cross his mind. But a police car pulls up behind him and shines its lights on him, catching him in the act. When Ray turns around, he feels his chest tighten again. He knows that the police are going to arrest him to make an example of him and try to stop other residents from stealing the beds. He just sits there and waits for the cops to show up. He is okay with being the town's target.
About the author. Kennedy was born in Lincolnshire, England, but she moved to Australia and got her BA in writing from the University of Canberra. The People's Choice Award at the NSW Premier's Literary Awards went to her book The World Beneath in 2010. It was also nominated for a number of other awards. Dark Roots, her first collection of short stories, came out in 2006. It was nominated for the Steel Rudd Award and the Australian Literature Society Gold Medal. Kennedy has also written a trip memoir called Sing and Don't Cry and several books of poems. She lives in the High Plains area of Victoria, Australia.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.